W.F. Howes presents an unabridged recording of The Best of All Worlds by Kenneth Oppel, narrated by Oliver James Parkins. We made a grave marker even though there was no body to bury. We'd waited a long time before doing it. Despite what I'd seen, what I'd told everyone, it was hard for some people to stop hoping. They said, maybe you were mistaken. Maybe it was just an illusion. They said maybe he's still alive, figuring out how to get back to us. But eventually, after a couple months, everyone agreed there was no point putting it off. When we finally placed the marker, I wasn't sure anyone had changed their mind about anything, but you could tell people felt it was necessary. It was an acknowledgement that things had changed. Everyone said goodbye in their own way. There was crying, halting farewells, prayers. Any words I had stayed in my head. They'd told me over and over that it wasn't my fault, and I'd nodded and said, yeah, I know. But I didn't believe it. I'd been there when it happened. I kept imagining how I might have done things differently that day. Bolder action, more persuasive words, anything to stop him from dying. And as I stood there at the grave, I thought of other people who were lost to me. My mother. Sam. My mind tumbled backward down the endless road of if-onlys. You could waste a lot of time wishing things had been otherwise. Maybe that had been part of the problem from the outset, striving for things that were impossible. But down that terrible potholed road I hurtled, all the way back to those very first days, when we arrived over 3 years ago. 1. I snatched up my phone as soon as I woke, suddenly knowing how to get inside the castle. We'd been wasting our time trying to cross the moat, hopping on alligators' backs or crawling underwater with breathing tubes. We'd been bitten, pierced with arrows, and doused with boiling oil. Throcknor actually drowned because his plate armor, he was so proud of it, was incredibly heavy, and we had to use up a resurrection spell to bring him back. What we needed to do was slog back to the village, break the Gygax out of its cage, feed it a goat so it liked us, and then I would straddle its mangy back and get it to fly me over the castle wall. Once inside, I'd open the gate, drop...
Sample complete. Ready to continue?